It's me, Amy, aka Lover Goddess. If you haven't noticed, the channel name has changed from bohohealingco to Lover Goddess, just because that's what we're doing here. We needed some fresh new energy, and it's not really new energy. That's what the Patreon is called. That's what the podcast is called. That's what my workshops are called. So we might as well streamline and have it all under one name. So if you've been wondering who is Lover Goddess and why am I subscribed, that's because it was formerly Boho Healing Co., Bohemian Healing Co. Today is Sunday, which means it's the Patreon members' weekly readings. If you are interested in receiving a reading, you can join the Patreon, or you can send 1111 to the cash tag Boho Healing Co. All right. So the big news in the cosmos is that tomorrow is a full moon in the sign of Cancer, not Gemini, Cancer. And so everyone's emotional. Everybody feels like a crybaby. Everyone is throwing fits about what they don't have or who they don't have. And, you know, imagine a toddler like, I really want, fill in the blanks. That's kind of what's happening here with Mars in Cancer and this full moon in Cancer. Emotions are heightened. Fear is activated. But with this full moon, there's the opportunity to release any emotions that are no longer serving us. So feel your feelings, obviously. Do that. Hi! Good morning, Samantha. Obviously, feel your feelings, but also set your intentions with this full moon tomorrow to like let it all go. Allow it to be not that serious. Okay, whatever it is, let it be not that serious. Even if it is, even if it's the most serious thing in the world, what would happen if you imagined, oh, not that serious, it's taken care of, it's already solved, and live in that for a little while. We do a really good job of living in our anxiety, so let's also balance it out by not doing that. Doing the complete opposite. Okay, Samantha, you're the first Patreon member here. Is there a specific question you have or a topic you want to look into, or would you just prefer to see what comes out? We'll start with Samantha, and any other Patreon member who makes it to the live, we will start with you guys so that you can give me your live input. Let me know what you would like me to tap into. And then for those of you who are not here, obviously it gets posted to the Patreon and you can watch it at your leisure another time. My pen is over here. General, you're all over the place. Perfect. Also, you're a Cancer rising, so this full moon is impacting everything. It's impacting your whole body, your whole self, your whole identity, the way you show up in the world, the first impressions you have on people, your clothing, your appearance, all of that is getting washed over. It's getting a whole wave of newness, or a culminating wave, maybe where you put the finishing touches on something related to anything that I just listed. But with that being in your first house, it's a deeply personal moon. So I would expect nothing less than for you to be feeling all over the place. Let's see. Do me a favor, like the video. And let's pull some cards for Samantha. What does Samantha need to know with this full moon? What is happening for Samantha with the full moon in Cancer tomorrow? Okay, the very first card out is the Wheel of Fortune. And we love this. The Wheel of Fortune is obviously turning in your favor. This is a time of great abundance and opportunity for you. And as with everything, this strength is required. Strength, integrity, strength of character, vulnerability, also setting your boundaries, expressing your truth. All of these things are expected of you at this time in order for you to apply the wisdom of maintaining this abundance, right? The work doesn't stop once we receive the abundance. Then we need to we need to put it into action in a way that is going to get us closer to our goals and our dreams. So with that being said, these two cards are about hope. They're about the next steps. The yellow is a big indication of hopefulness and things coming to pass, things coming together for you. So essentially the message for this part is be wise with what you do with the abundance that you're receiving, and say no to anything that is not that's not going to help you get where you want to go. Okay, let's see what else we got. Yeah, so you're going to have a lot of choices to make. What do I do with it? Where do I go with it? What opportunities do I say yes to? And so you always want to check back into your creative mind, to your vision for yourself and your future. This is a very visionary card, and she uses the power of her sacral chakra, her creativity, her imagination to help her get closer to where she would like to be in the future. So both of these cards are about your creativity, your creative mind, and really allowing yourself to express what's truly on the inside. Okay, now is not the time to shy away or to be afraid of making your dreams come true. Okay, so it takes a certain kind of bravery and strength to go after your dreams and to apply for these things and to put yourself out there. But then it takes a whole other set of skills to believe in yourself enough to be authentic with your creativity, to believe in yourself and your creativity. So that's what this full moon is asking you to do, is to confront your fears surrounding the abundance that you are receiving. Confront your fears, and then once you have all your fears out, what are your dreams? And how can you stay true to those? And how can you believe in those? How can you breathe more life into your dreams with the opportunities that are coming forward for you? This is just what I needed. Thank you. Yes. I love that. I love when the messages are right on time. So take the time. Like I mentioned, it's a Cancer moon. Please feel your feelings, everybody. But then at a certain point, once you felt them, you have to release them and be like, okay, it is what it is. It wasn't what it wasn't. It will be whatever it will be, and move forward with it. And that goes with positive emotions and negative emotions. We don't want to get stuck in the feeling part and not in the action of it. Okay? So that is for Samantha. If you are chilling here, releasing is what I have a difficult time doing. Well, this moon is going to help facilitate that, and it's actually closing out a lot of chapters, old chapters. Andrea, thank you so much for your donation. We will get to you here in just a minute. Andrea, what is your username? Let me know in the chat, because I'm not seeing a name that says Andrea. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Andrea in the chat. Okay. Did you have a specific question, or you just want to see what's going on with the moon? Andrea. I see you, girl. I see you. So Patreon fam, I think we're going to move on to Andrea really quickly because I got a donation. And then afterwards, we will move to, let's see, maybe we'll move to Shaie afterward. What's happening with my career? Okay. So we have a full moon tomorrow. And this is important for everyone, regardless of what your sign is. But the full moon is in the sign of Cancer. And so what that means is things related to your home life, your family life, the physical space that you live in. A lot of these things are changing and receiving renewed energy. We also have Mars in the sign of Cancer. Mars is a planet of action. And being conjunct this moon, a lot of us are going to be seeing the way forward, okay? Jesus, are you okay over there? So, let's see. What does she need to know about work, career, and the full moon? Okay, you have a lot of options coming to you. I don't know if you're experiencing this right now or if it's looking a little bit more bleak, but this is a card of having options and also not entirely being sure of which direction you want to go in. So the first priority for you would be to write down everything you want from a job, everything you want, everything you desire, the type of pay, the type of work. Write all of that stuff, very bleak, okay. Write all of it down so you can start to imagine what it would feel like to have that. Our imaginations are a really important part of manifestation and attracting things to us, okay? So if your mind is always like, oh, fuck, I'm never gonna get this. When am I gonna get this? I never get a job. I'm so broke, blah, blah. If this is your mind state all the time, it's gonna be really hard to attract opportunity, and it's gonna be really hard to see opportunity, okay? I know it's easy to do, and I know the 3D reality is really convincing, but the first thing you need to do is brainstorm what you want from a job, the types of feelings, how close to your house you want it to be. Like, really get into imagination mode so that you can start to feel excited about opportunities that are coming through. Because it does look like once Aquarius season hits, you will receive more opportunity, okay? Aquarius season actually starts this coming Sunday on the 19th, okay? So we need to get you into Aquarius season before more opportunities come. And look at this. This is like a happily ever after card. So we have some really good stuff coming to you. But in the meantime, I need you to work with your mind, okay? And listen to money manifestation videos, listen to visualizations, do everything you can to start imagining a better future for yourself, to start brainstorming the things that you want for yourself. Getting your mind on your side is half of the battle. It's like 80% of the battle, okay? So from now, this whole week, just really focus on your mind. Get your resume shined up, polished up, get your visualizations going about what it is you want for yourself moving forward. And then once it hits Aquarius season, this is also a card of wish fulfillment. So you receiving what you've been asking for. So once we get into that energy, this Aquarius energy starts on the 19th, then it looks like you have a whole lot more opportunities coming for you. So take this week as like boot camp, mental boot camp week, okay? To really hone in, focus in, get so serious about your mind. And anytime that you start to feel desperate or in the energy of despair, just say, oh, nope, I'm this new version of me that receives everything that I want, okay? Are you an Aquarius, Jesus? Oh my God. Y'all are tripping in these comments. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And then just for the future reference, to be part of the Patreon, you're so welcome. And there's beautiful things coming to you. I don't know if I should call you, what name I should call you, but Angie, Andrea, there's beautiful things coming to you. As a reminder, the Patreon is $11.11 a month. So if you're interested in having weekly readings on Sunday, you could pay $11.11 over on Patreon, and then you get them every single Sunday instead of just one time, okay? So that's something to think about. No pressure, of course. So this is the list of the Patreon members. We're going back to Patreon unless and until we get another donation. Let's see. Let's do Veronica. Hi, Taiwanda. How you doing? Veronica is a new Patreon member. She's been, I think she was gifted the Patreon. She's been in since December 30th, but I just noticed her yesterday for some reason. Rar. You guys do know I'm a 30, how old am I? I'm a 36-year-old lady. Am I 36? Or am I 35? That's how you know. I don't know how old I am. I'm 35 or 36, one of the two. All right, Veronica, our newest member. What does Veronica need to know, do, or understand with this full moon? Veronica, we have the energy of transformation coming in for you, okay? The old thing is not what we're taking with us into this new iteration of life. This full moon is wiping the slate clean, and it's giving you the opportunity for new beginnings in every arena of your life, okay? And this is the Fool card. It's asking you to trust, to believe. So with Venus, just kidding, with the North Node being in Pisces, we are all asked to walk by faith. And the Fool is the epitome of this. He's walking by faith. He has his heart open, his eyes trained on the heavens, and he's like, just lead me. I'll go wherever you want me to go, even if it means I'm about to jump off this cliff. And this does not mean to go jump off of a cliff, y'all. What it means is walk your path with so much faith that it doesn't matter the direction you're being asked to go. You might have doubt for a second. You're like, really? You want me to keep walking forward? But the important thing is that you continue to do whatever your intuition is telling you, whatever God, source, angels, ancestors is telling you to do, okay? Listen, Jesus, if you're trying to flex, send something to the Cash App. Talking about, oh, I'll buy you some gold cards. The Cash App is right there. So anyway, Veronica, this is about, yes, there's been a lot of endings in your life. Yes, maybe there's been a lot of dark night of the soul energy. Maybe it's been bleak over there. Maybe you're like, when am I gonna feel better? The Fool card is letting you know you're literally just one choice away, one step away from increased optimism, increased hope, and a whole new life, okay? So allow yourself to really revel in this full moon energy. Let it wash over your life. Let it renew your life. Cry with it, release with it, do some sort of ritual, even if it's just having a salt bath, you know? Do something to honor your old life and to step more boldly into your new life, then your new opportunities. It's a new year, new opportunities. For sure, for sure. And then Veronica, once I get your birth information, I can pull your chart and give you a little preview of what's coming up for you in 2025 because you're a Patreon member. Am I single? I'll answer that question. Well, I don't see my Cash App being lit up, Jesus. You're doing a whole lot of flirting for someone who's not supporting. What? Okay. The next person that we have, let's see. Let's do Gemini rising next. I'm gonna write number 3 because I always forget the order. Joel Olstein. What does Gemini rising need to know, do, or understand about this full moon? This is for a specific Patreon member. Not for all Gemini risings. That's her name, her username. What does Gemini rising need to, oh. All right, we're definitely leaving something behind. Whether we're leaving worries behind, certain people or conversations behind, it's so important not to engage, not to engage unnecessarily with individuals who do not contribute to your life positively, okay? Maybe it's time to leave a certain story behind. Maybe it's time to stop talking to somebody. Okay. Whatever the case is, whatever resonates with you, please make sure that you do that, because this is definitely about choosing to leave something behind. All right. Don't spam the chat, y'all. If you want a reading, you got to send a donation. Okie doke. Or join the Patreon, like it says in the title of this video. Okay. What else does Gemini rising need to know? We're definitely leaving anxious thoughts behind. We're leaving old stories behind. Yeah, maybe we're leaving some work behind, some project behind. Maybe we're leaving working too hard behind. You see this individual, he's carrying all 10 sticks, but he doesn't have to do that. He could just take 2 at a time. He could take 1 at a time. He could take breaks. It seems like there's something that's really been heavy on your heart, heavy on your soul, and you don't have to carry it all. You need to give some of it to God, your angels, your ancestors, spirit guides. You need to let go of the illusion of control, okay? Yes, you have a lot of responsibilities, but that doesn't mean that you are responsible for controlling how it all plays out. That's out of your hands. All you could do is all you could do, right? Thank you for being a new subscriber. All you could do is all that you can do. Once you've done everything you can do, there's no point in worrying about it. There's no point in obsessing about it. There's no point in driving yourself wild, because you already did the action. It's already out there. God's already got you. There's a certain way that things will play out. And you working yourself to the bone and driving yourself crazy with your mind is not going to help. So how can you lighten your load, your mental load? How can you lighten your, how can you pace yourself with whatever it is you got going on? We also have the World card. Something is being completed. Something is being wrapped up. This is a laurel leaf. It's about victory. So how would you behave if you knew it was already taken care of? How would you behave if you knew that you win? What would you do? How would you feel? What sort of relief would you have? How would you treat yourself, your body, your mind differently, and start behaving in that way? Assume the personality of someone who is victorious, of someone who wins, of someone who cannot be defeated, and act as that person. And that is one way to use the law of assumption to attract to you your desired outcome of victory. What up, Gigi? So I hope that helps you. Lighten your loads, y'all. This can go for everybody. Like, you can only control so much in your life. I'm so sorry, Amanda. You can only control so much, okay? And that is your mindset, that's your attitude, that's your actions and behaviors. But beyond that, you can't control situations, outcomes, people. You can't. All you can control is your mind and what you're choosing to align yourself with, okay? And if you focus on that, you can see a huge shift, a huge change in your life and in your circumstances by focusing on your mind, y'all, okay? Hey, girl. Hey, hey, hey. Lita, do you want me to do your work reading right now? I sent you a message on Patreon. I wasn't sure if you wanted that to be private or if you wanted it to be live. But if you want it to be live, you could be next, girl. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda, I could see that. I could do work in business, okay. We got some interesting people today. All right, Lita, let's look into your... Hey, oh, okay. Listen, do you see how the universe is sitting you on your ass? Do you see how the universe wants you to sit down and clear your mind and rest your body? I was talking a little bit before, and this is to you, but also to anyone who just needs to hear it. The full moon in Cancer, along with Mars retrograde in Cancer, is making a lot of us cry babies. It's making a lot of us feel like toddlers who are screaming about getting our way. And yes, there are really important things that we're asking for. There's super important things that we are getting into alignment. Um, However, the energy is making us react very strongly. And that shows how important our individual situations are. But if we zoom out a little bit, we can also see um, we can see our behavior from a different lens. So, Cancer represents the mother, but it also represents the child. And with all this energy here, a lot of us are feeling our inner child freaking out. Okay. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right job. When is this thing coming to me? I'm so tired of sitting here. I'm so tired of my circumstances. When can I move? When can I leave? When do I get the love of my life? When do I get the money, the abundance, the job, the health, whatever it is? And that energy, while it shows us what's important to us, it also can bring us farther and farther away from that thing at the same time. So we all need to do the best that we can to be delusional and to allow our minds to reside in the reality where everything we want is already here. Sounds delusional because it is, but it's also called the law of assumption. And our subconscious minds do not know the difference between our imagination and reality. So if you find yourself freaking out, what am I going to do next? When is this person coming back? When am I getting the job? Like, I'm freaking the fuck out. When you're in that sort of energy, take a breath and really just focus on your desired outcome. I want to have emotional stability. I want to have this abundance. I want this perfect job. I want my business to turn out immaculately. And I have that now. I have my new car. I have the abundance. I have the bank account where I want it to be. I have the best imaginable partner ever. I have the best home. I have the best relationship with my family members. Everything is just working out in my favor. I get everything that I want. Start living there more often than you're living in your anxiety and your doubt. And yes, it's okay to have those moments of anxiousness and doubt, but like get back on the train as quickly as you can. Okay. Once you realize what's happening, get back to the meditative state, get back to your imagination, get back to your goals, get back to your dreams, get back to your aspirations. It's a practice, and it's a difficult practice sometimes, especially when you're used to panicking and when you're used to not being in the flow. And this is part of what the North Node in Pisces is trying to teach us. How can you trust the flow of your life even against impossible odds? Okay. Can you have so much faith in yourself and your desired outcome that you can deny the 3D reality and be like, oh, it doesn't matter that I'm a cashier right now. It doesn't matter that I'm scrubbing toilets, because where my mind actually is, being super successful, making six figures. I'm actually on a beach somewhere. Like, if you can do those things and really exercise your subconscious mind to that level, you will see things speed up for you. And if they're not sped up for you yet, keep going. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean you need to keep persisting. You need to persist in your desired outcome. You can't give up when it gets hard, even though you want to. Okay, you can't. And when it gets difficult, that's when you need to do it the most. That's when you really need to refine your mind the most, is when shit gets hard. It's easy to do it when things are easy. Okay, so now is the big test. Now is the big challenge. Can you keep doing this even in the midst of everything being on fire and tragedy, and the 3D showing you something that is undesirable, can you still be so rooted in your mind and in your desired outcome that the external world doesn't matter? That's the challenge, and that's why it's difficult. Okay, so Lita, let's get into your specific guidance. This live is for the Patreon members. If you would like to join the Patreon, it's $11.11 a month, and you get 4 weekly readings on Sunday. If you just want to donate $11.11 for a one-time reading, feel free. The information is in the title. We are on Lita, a Patreon member. What does she need to know, do, or understand with business? Girl, I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry already. We have the Strength card. This is you continuing to show that mental toughness, that grit, that determination, you showing up against all odds and taming the lion. Okay, the lion of your mind, the lion of your circumstances, the lion of the 3D reality. And then it's showing you the 4 of Wands, success, stability, celebration, and the Hierophant, money, stability, contracts, people coming to you, people buying from you. So all I can tell you is success is imminent. Things are on the way for you, and that sucks. I mean, it's good to hear, but it also sucks to hear too when you're like, what the F is going on? When is it? Where is it? I want to see it now. It's coming. It's coming. When is it coming? April, with Taurus season coming. That could bring you a lot of energy. That's your second house. That's your money house. So could be by then. Look, girl. Then we have the 9 of Cups. Nothing is wrong. Everything is right. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay. And perhaps what your purpose is right now is mastering your mind, mastering your mind, mastering your mind, and flowing in faith. That is the North Node in Pisces. Can you trust? Can you trust that everything you want is happening? Can you trust that everything you've asked for is unfolding? Can you trust that the speed that it's happening at is perfect? Can you trust that this is possible for you? Even in the midst of the 3D, I know I'm smiling because it's so hard. It's so hard, especially when you want something now. And this is exactly the energy of Mars in Cancer, Mars retrograde in Cancer, along with this Cancer full moon. So I hope it helps you. I know it's exactly what you don't want to hear, but hey. Okay, going on to the next Patreon member. Let's do Ren. We'll write Ren next. Ah, my pen is falling. And now my coffee's cold, so I'm gonna have to go get some coffee. Darn. What does Ren need to know, do, or understand? It's almost Aquarius season. Ren's an Aquarius. What does Ren need to? You're so welcome. I love you. And the cards are funny, but it's gonna be okay. I promise. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Okay. Ren. So we have the High Priestess, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you listening to your intuition and walking your own unique path is so, so, so important, okay? At every junction, at every choice, every decision, go with your gut over anyone else, always, okay? If you've been feeling any sort of, you're so welcome, Lita. If you've been feeling any sort of scarcity or lack mindset, get rid of it, because you have nothing but abundance coming to you. And the more that you can align yourself with the abundance, the quicker it's going to come. Okay. So if you've been feeling like, oh, I can't get off of my square, I can't get up, I can't spend this money, I can't go to these places, I can't open my heart in these ways, rethink that. Get back to your heart chakra energy. Allow yourself to be open, to be vulnerable, to be hopeful, because we do have some beautiful blessings coming through to you on the other side of an ending, on the other side of some sort of culmination. Full moons are always about culmination. So there's often endings, even if it's just an ending of feeling a certain way or repeating a certain story to yourself. Sometimes you pivot and you're like, oh, I thought I was going left, I'm actually going right. So whatever it is for you, Ren, know that there are a lot of blessings that are coming for you. Whether you like it or not, these blessings are coming. And I know you're going to like it because it's all good stuff. But I think the most important thing to remember, again, because these are the two major arcana cards, is to follow your intuition. Okay, and to trust in your abundance, trust in your fate, trust in your birthright. Okay. Again, I'm a broken record because this just happened on 111. We have the North Node in Pisces. This is a very North Node in Pisces card. I trust myself. I trust the universe. I trust the information that is coming to me intuitively. I trust the signs that are around me. I trust in the unfolding of my life. Okay, so that is for you, Ren. Now let's do Shawnee. Thanks, Lita. I appreciate you. And if you need to go rest, that's okay too. Don't feel like you have to be here if you need to go to sleep, my love. The first card for you, Shawnee, is a 10 of Cups, and I love to see it. I love to see it. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Some emotional sweetness, some sort of reward, some some retribution for all of the emotional BS that you've been going through, because we understand that life goes both ways, right? So if you've been feeling, okay, go rest, I'll see you. If you've been feeling like super shitty, then we also know at some point in time you're going to be feeling on top of the world. And so what the cards are indicating, what this Cancer moon is showing you, is this opportunity for emotional happiness, to be fulfilled, to be satisfied, for something going right for you, something that is positively influencing you and your family members, your household. So we got big blessings on the way for sure. And your readings have been speaking to this for a while now. Yes. It seems like there's some news coming in, some news that is going to create some action. So some sort of phone call or offer or correspondence that's going to have you considering, what do you want for yourself moving forward? What sort of desires are you going to entertain? What sort of creative opportunities are you saying yes to at this time? So if just be open to opportunities coming to you through other people, through some sort of correspondence. Could be you get a phone call and they're like, hey, do you want to go here, here, or here? Do you want to have this sort of job? Do you want this sort of opportunity? Something is coming in that is going to bring you some happiness, some fulfillment. Let's see. The Four of Wands wanted to come out just now. Let's see what is she needs to know to understand. Yeah. Okay, could be some male energy coming in, could be some relationship sort of something, a new job, or a man coming back around. Whatever it is, name your price, name your terms, name your standards, and stick to it. And I see it going really well for you, bringing a lot of happiness and bringing positive change as well. Okay, so keep me posted on what that's all about. Let's see. Now let's go to Ammane. Let's see what's Ammane got going on for the full moon. Listen, wishes being fulfilled. This full moon is clearing the slate and providing you some fertile ground for your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, because we also have the Four of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is opening up a portal for you to walk through. I think Aquarius season is bringing you beautiful, bountiful blessings of abundance, of clarity, of out of the box thinking, of creativity, of you just feeling very aligned with your sense of self, your sense of purpose, your career. So if you haven't, look at what you decided your intentions, goals, your resolutions were for this year. So if you haven't done that, do that now. And if you have done it, revisit it and remind yourself of all the things that you said you would like to experience and accomplish this year, because uh, this moon is bringing a sense of hyper focus, of uh, mental and emotional clarity. So all this week, you should be feeling even more inspired to go after and to receive the things that you've put out into the universe. Okay, so that's Ammane. Okay, then we're gonna go to Rhoda and then Enlightened. Rhoda is next. What up, Marcel? I think I want to go get some coffee from somewhere. What does Rhoda need to know, do, or understand with this full moon in Cancer? Rhoda, this full moon has you thinking about a man or about the action that you need to take in your work and creative life. What vision do you have for yourself, for your goals, for your creative life moving forward? What do you see for yourself? What haven't you let yourself see for a long time? I know for a lot of Capricorns, it's been business, 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 right? Where I could only think about work, I could only think about my responsibilities. But if you had the time and the space, what else would you be thinking about? What hobbies or talents, or what makes you happy outside of work, outside of relationships? What gives you a sense of purpose? And how can you infuse your life with more passion, with more creativity, with more spirituality? How could that impact your life and for the better? There is a lot of love flavor going on with this reading here. We have the Ace of Cups, which is you receiving something that makes you feel emotionally fulfilled, emotionally seen. There's the air of forgiveness here, of rejuvenation. And then there's this masculine energy, which could point to a relationship of some sort, getting a renewed sense of energy, you meeting some important partners, you having a resurgence of emotional love, tenderness, energy within a relationship, or cultivating that. But again, this could also be about the action that you need to take. The masculine is about acting. So this could be about you needing to identify the um, creative endeavors that you need to invest more time in to bring yourself the sense of emotional fulfillment. So, depending on your relationship status, the message kind of changes a little bit. But essentially, what we're coming back to is your heart space. What gets you excited emotionally and creatively? And how can we infuse that into your relationships, into your goals, into your work life? How can you put more of a sense of you in your life? There's a lot of duty and there's a lot of responsibility that you have, but how can we infuse more fun and more emotional care for yourself, for your partners, for your creative endeavors? Let's see if there's anything else here for you. Yeah, something is complete. You are receiving the reward, the culmination of something in your life at this time, and you'll have to look at your Cancer house in your chart to kind of see what that focus might be. But there is an air of victory, of completion, of yes, okay, this thing is over. I could take a deep breath. I could focus on something else now. So definitely keep me posted on what that is. I've also left you, I think, a message. There's a couple messages for you on Patreon. So be sure to check that out when you have a chance. Last but certainly not least is Enlightened, our second Aquarius of the group. It's almost y'all season. What does Enlightened need to know, do, or understand at this time? Enlightened with this full moon. What's happening? Okay, you're receiving some news. Some news. Okay, this could be news from an external source, like a phone call, an email, some sort of correspondence that's really important to your path moving forward. Or it could also be an intuitive message, a message, a download, a discovery that you make by yourself while you are spending time meditating, visualizing, spending time in the shower, just thinking, whatever it is. You're receiving some information from out of your solitude. Okay, so make sure that you are setting your intentions, being intentional about creating space for you to receive messages, whether this is you working out, doing a guided meditation, listening to affirmations, taking a walk, driving in silence. It needs to be, it needs to be an intentional time. So say to yourself, say to your guide, say to whatever, I am open to receive any intuitive information that can help me on my path. And then spend some time being quiet and just allowing for that to come in, because there are some messages waiting for you that I can't give you. Because the Hermit is about you going to your own mountain and receiving the information on your own. I can't do that part for you. But what I can tell you is there's something waiting to come through. And this can be like an important puzzle piece, especially if you've been feeling combative, or you've been feeling anxious, or you've been feeling like you're having to fight other people or fight yourself. There's too many cooks in somebody's kitchen, so you need to take a few steps back and just really listen to whatever is in your minds. People are feeling highly emotional, very easily triggered with this new moon or full moon, and with Mars being in retrograde. So it's possible that you've been caught up in other people's emotions or in other people's energy, and it really is important for you to take a few steps back to remember who you are, to remember what you're capable of, to remember the gifts and the tools that are at your disposal. Y'all, it is easy to be spiritual when things are easy. Okay, it's easy to have faith when things are easy. The real test is, do you still have the faith? Do you still have, like, what do you do when things are tough? Are you doing the things you know are going to help you, or is that when you throw them out the window? Because that's actually the time where you need them the most. Okay, is when things feel shitty. That's why we practice the things that we practice when times are good, because it's easier to put them into play when things are not so good. Okay, so you need to remember your tools. Remember your affirmations, your meditations. Remember to visualize. Remember to do yoga. Remember to go outside. Remember to do your ritual. Remember to do all of the things that you know are going to help you, and do them when shit gets tough. Okay. Um, and this was me for a long time. It's really easy to be like, oh, yeah, the theory is easy. The practice, not so much. The practice is where you need practice, is where you need to put these things into play. So remember who you are. Remember the tools you have at your disposal. And remember that you have this Wheel of Fortune energy looming, okay? It is inevitable for you to be successful. You just got to get through a couple of things and show what you know. Show what you know. Show what you know. I'm going to leave that at that because it's getting too preachy in here. Show what you know. What scares me the most, I'm not telling you. We're not speaking our fears over here. We're speaking life into ourselves over here. So, I love you. I'm going to get going. I will be posting this to the Patreon if you're interested in receiving 4 readings a month for 1111. Join my Patreon. Okay. It's 1111 a month. You get 4 readings. So 4 readings a month. Every Sunday you get a reading. And I also post throughout the week about astrology, the moons. I help you with your subconscious mind, with your spiritual practices, that sort of thing. So the links for that are in every single video. They will be in this video in just a minute once I get off of here. And yeah, thank you to the Patreon members: Rhoda, Veronica, Samantha, Enlightened, Gemini Rising, Ren, Shaie, Aries Ascendant, and Ammane. We love you. I hope you have a great week, a great full moon, and I will talk to you soon.